Hi, I'm Zoë Taylor, and welcome to another installment of Westside Montessori's Meet Your Board of Directors. And I have two kids, a daughter in upper elementary.
Hello!
And a son in lower elementary. And that's just Stuffy. And they are going to be asking me some questions, so go for it.
Why did you choose Montessori education?
We chose Montessori because I had actually been through Montessori education from 3rd grade through 8th grade. There was no high school at the time. In fact, my little brother built the architectural model for the high school when he did his middle school internship at an architectural firm, and he went on to become an architect, so it does happen. I loved the organic, like the naturally learning when you're living life and doing things that are practical. And that nature of learning, I think, is much more beneficial. You can absorb it so much better than if you're sitting with like a teacher talking at you and you're sitting in rows and you're doing worksheets. And so that was something that I wanted you guys to have too.
Why did you choose WMS specifically?
We chose WMS specifically for several reasons. The first of which, the reputation of Westside Montessori academically has been very good from when I was in lower elementary. But then I love the parent co-op aspect. My mom, your Nana, was a teacher, and her mom was a teacher and a headmistress, and even though I swore I never would be, I was a teacher for a while. And so school for me was always about so much more than just dropping off the kids and letting other people deal with them, as tempting as that is some days. I think the fact that we have the family so involved and getting to know other kids, other parents, getting the kids to know the parents, I think it creates a really nurturing, welcoming, kind environment, and children who are empathetic and generous with who they are as people. And I think that's even more than other Montessori programs. Westside is really special, and I have two stories that I always tell to illustrate that. The first one was when you were a baby, you were not at Westside yet, and you would go and visit your sister in primary, and your assistant teacher would say, "Hey, how are you?" You would carry your little elephant everywhere. Did you go in here and show your elephant? Yes.
Nellie.
So Nellie, you would carry Nellie everywhere with you, and she would see you walk in the classroom. She would say, "Hey, how are you? How is Nellie?" And the fact that she not only knew your sister and what was important to you, but she knew you, who you weren't even a student at school, let alone in her class. That was so special to me. And the other thing that really struck me as making Westside something unique was we had been talking about moving to a public school for financial reasons, and I did not want to do it, but I was open to the concept, and so I went and visited our local public school, which is very good, and it was fine, and they weren't super welcoming, but they were answering my questions. It was fine. And then the next day, you guys had been off school for 2 weeks with the flu, and you got out of the car at carpool, and your headmistress, Miss Benita at the time, said, "Oh my gosh," she said, "your names. You've been out of school for 2 weeks with the flu. Oh, I'm so glad you're back." And the contrast of what I was considering for you versus what you already had, there was no way we were going to take you out of Westside. It was just too special.
Why did you decide to be on the board?
Well, I decided to be on the board less than 48 hours before the whole of Texas went into lockdown for COVID. So that was possibly a bad time to choose to be on the board. But I think doing your part as a parent co-op is making sure that you're also helping the school to be its best and to continue this really incredible thing that's being built. And I want to do my part to do that and to make sure that our school is just as wonderful in 20 years as it is now. And I'm really incredibly proud of the changes that we've been making, and I'm hoping that we'll be seeing a lot more based on the feedback that we've got from our parents and students and teachers. And just surviving COVID and still being the same incredible school on the other side, and the virtual schooling that you guys did, I think was better than, I'm biased, but any other school that I heard of. And I'm so proud of your teachers and your school, and I want to make sure we maintain that.
And just a mystery question. If you could have anything on a pizza, not just normal toppings, what would you have?
Anything. I mean, the pizza I usually get is bacon, mushroom, and pineapple, right? But anything, I don't know. I would probably go with that because I'm not very imaginative for things like that. But it's good.